Hello, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. Today is the 25th of September 2020, and in this quick video I'd like to tell you about a quite phenomenal double CD that's been released today by Slade. I mean, if you're in the UK, you must know who Slade were, and this is a double CD of basically every single they ever released, and it's called Come On Feel the Hits. And in their own way, of course, Slade had their own way of spelling things, and well, we'll get onto that in a minute. But you know, back in the early 1970s, just before the new wave of British heavy metal came along, glam rock was king, I suppose you could say. It was everywhere, right? And Slade were right at the forefront of that, along with bands like Sweet, T-Rex, Roxy Music, and similar. But for me, Slade ruled the roost. They were top of the tree, make no mistake. Hugely successful, massively influential, even to this day. And for all the monster hit singles, they were quite really a heavy metal band underneath it all. They really did rock, you know. And there was much more to Slade than those questionably spelt song titles. I mean, that was their gimmick, I suppose. And you know, but back then, early 70s, every English teacher must have shuddered and recoiled in horror when trying to teach kids in their class the finer points of proper grammar and English, when Noddy Holder and Jimmy Lee were writing such songs as Squeeze Me, Please Me, with squeeze spelled SKWEEZE, Come On Feel the Noise, come spelled CUM, and noise spelled NOIZE. And so it went on. That was their gimmick, you know, their own little way of spelling things. But all the massive hit singles, along with many others, are included on this double CD. And you know, they're incredibly catchy. They've got huge anthemic shout-along choruses, and some really chunky riffing too. As I say, Slade underneath all the hit singles, heavy metal band in effect. And you know, during the early 1970s and slightly beyond that, Slade were top of the charts just about every week. You know, we had a much, well, I wouldn't say much missed program on TV back then, Top of the Pops, where bands would go on and mime along, and you know, Slade were there just about every week. And even when the hit singles dried up towards the end of the 70s, you know, Slade remained a band still capable of pushing out some excellent rock songs. They really did. And just when it looked like things were on a downward trajectory, never to turn around, they got an unexpected shot in the arm in 1980 when they were invited to take part at the 1980 Reading Festival. Big festival over here in the UK every August bank holiday. And also the following year in 1981, they were on the bill at the big Monsters of Rock Festival at Castle Donington. And at both those festivals, they just blew everybody else away. They were phenomenal, and that got their career back on track again. But thanks to this double CD package of all the singles, now we can all enjoy what a phenomenal act Slade were. I mean, there's 43 tracks on this. You know, this band were prolific putting out singles, and of course, the one that surely you know, if you don't know Slade, you know Merry Christmas Everybody. Please don't tell me you don't know that song. It's kind of like Noddy and Jimmy's pension. They must make a fortune of royalties on that every year. And that's on here as well, Merry Christmas Everybody. But anyway, Slade had it all. They really did. They had the look. Check out like Noddy Holder's mirrored hat, and Dave Hill's, the guitarist's, well, questionable dress sense and the super yob guitar. And then Jimmy Lee throbbed away on the bass. He played it almost like a lead guitar, and Don Powell solid at the back on the drums. Fantastic. It really was. So here on this double CD thing, so you've got all the band's CDs through to around about 1991. That includes 6 number ones, 16 top 10, amazing stuff. And as I say, when they got back on track after those big festival appearances, they could still chunk out the big hits like Run, Run Away, Radio Wall of Sound, and many others. You know, and these days, iconic is a word that is, well, for me, be honest, it gets on my nerves a little bit. It's overly used and wrongly used, in my opinion, these days. But iconic applies to Slade. Very appropriate word to sum them up in a single word there. And whether you remember the band from the 1970 glory years, like I did, you know, as a teenager growing up, or if you want to hear what all the fuss was about and what a great band they were, just snap up this double CD. It's monster stuff. To paraphrase Slade, you know, you'd be crazy not to buy it, right? You really would. You need this. It's well, off the charts. So I'll stop rambling now. If you would like to check out the post on the website, there's a link to that in the description underneath the video, and also a link to the CD on Amazon, so you can go and bag your own copy. And please, before you go, if you'd like to, please subscribe to the channel, which helps us chug along as well. So thanks very much. Say links in the description below, including a link to the CD on Amazon. So do that. Please subscribe before you go, and as always, do take care.